Ladies and gentlemen, the Divine Brothers are back. Chase, are you feeling good karma right now? Just out of curiosity, are you feeling like you're one with the good spirit in the universe?
I don't feel like the bad shit's after me right now, but I don't know if it's good. I think it's like somewhere in between.
So the reason I asked this is we have been using food pantries lately, as we've talked about before.
Mostly me.
Yeah, well, I went and volunteered at one today.
Why?
Because I felt guilt.
Yes, there you go.
I did. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I just, there's something about, like, people with really good intentions and abusing them, you know? You know, I couldn't do it. And Chase, dude, so these people are maybe the nicest people on the island. Like, the whole program's run by this little old lady. And you know what she said to me? We sat down because after we were done, the reason I stayed longer, everybody sits out and has a couple beers, and like they have a dinner for the volunteers.
You had a beer?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we're all hanging. And this little old lady, and I was like, "Hey, this is a great program you have here." And she points a finger up to the skies, and she said, "It's not me, it's him."
Who was she pointing at? Somebody on the mountain?
Somebody upstairs. And so I'm like bracing myself. I'm like, "Oh God, here comes the conversion." You know, like what's she gonna tell me? And she says, "You know, every day I get in my car and I just say, you know, Lord Jesus, please help me to be the best person I can. Help me to do everything in your will." And then somebody cuts me off and I go, "Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
Who does this?" And I was like, "Oh, yes."
She said that?
Yes, she said this little 70-year-old bitch. She said it. I was like, yes,
wow.
yes, yes. And here's the thing, man. When everybody's coming along, like you talked about going to that Catholic place once, and some people gave you some stares, you know, like a little bit of judgment.
Yep.
When these people come up, when they drive up to get food, it's like, "Hey, hello, how many need today? 3, 4? You got any kids? Oh, we got a special treat for them. Hey, we'll see you next Monday." Like when it's going to happen again, like come back. Hey, come back. You're welcome here. And they got this ukulele player in the back. She says that ukulele player is magical. She's like, all of the anxiety.
What about the player,
disappears.
the guy that plays it?
Yeah, so he's the dad.
He's the one that freaked me out the first time.
He's the dad of the. He was nice. He's just he's quiet.
Yeah,
he's quiet. He didn't hang out with everybody. He was off to the side.
There's something off about that guy.
He gave me a fist bump though. He was just older and, you know, like, don't fuck with me, that sort of thing. But
it could be.
She says that ukulele music, she's like, that shit calms people down.
Calms people down.
Yeah,
Why would people not be calm?
Because there's anxiety. You know, if you're picking up food from a food pantry, you know,
you're telling me most people don't have smiles and high-fiving everybody like me? Hey guys, hey.
I mean, you could tell a lot of people let out, like before they left, they gave like the thank you so much, like, oh my God, we need this and stuff like that. And then there are the people who are like, they're in a fucking BMW driving up and it's a single woman. She's like, "I need 4 and I have 3 kids." And you're just like, "Okay, bitch, go ahead," you know.
The ethics and morale. You'd read a great paper on that. Who shows up to food lines if it's free?
I mean, but this is what's so cool. So the food is awesome.
Well, I just want to say this, though. If I was doing better, I probably wouldn't go. I feel like I have been dicked and fucked around for years. The fact of going and get some free food, I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got any aid from the government either. Everybody's collecting unemployment. I sure as fuck haven't.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get my free fucking meal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel a damn ounce of guilt.
And let's again explain, these are good meals, you know? Like,
yeah, I would pay for these food. I would pay.
Today you had the Aloha Bowl from KTA.
Good, man.
Like fresh fruit. They got
Excited
papayas,
to eat it.
dragon fruits, fresh bread.
Dragon fruit.
For the kids, they had shit from Starbucks, like little like sweets and stuff like that.
They gave me that too.
Yeah, and dude, so check this out. How she does the charity is she went to the city council and she was like worried when COVID hit. She was like, "Hey man, like all these restaurants are going to go out of business because of COVID." And she said, "What if we got state funds? What if we got a grant to pay these restaurants for food?" So she got a grant from the state where the restaurants all get paid for these meals for the community.
Brilliant.
Fucking brilliant. I told her that. I was like, "This is unbelievable. You need to expand this like all over."
So the guy at my job, the weird kind of Latin guy, he's okay.
Yeah.
But that's really all he does all day is on the phone with people figuring out how to get grant money.
Oh, so that's his duty.
Dude, I've heard him on calls. They're like, oh, man, you ain't got the money for this. How can we get that? It's just like, that's it.
Wow.
That's all they're doing.
I mean, people think about that, like, how do we deal with money?
No. I've never thought about it till I was out here. It seems like that's how they run shit out here is federal grants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you, if you're using a grant like those people are using a grant, then more power to you. That is a good service.
Well, the trick is you want to get on the board that gets the money for the grant and pay yourself a salary.
She is an old white lady who's been here her entire life. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's on a board, Oh,
man, see, that's a friend we need to have.
She
like
was so
someone
cool.
that's been here forever, and it's just like, I know.
She was like, bring your brother. I was like, I'm sorry, he's working, But, yeah, dude, that shit was a good experience. I was really like, I'm definitely going to go back next Friday.
Dude, what if you become friends with them?
It's already happened. We're already friends.
You're hanging out with them, then one day I tag along, and they're like, wait a minute. We've seen him before.
Just wear a hat.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to admit it. I'm gonna be like, I'll fucking do it. I'm fucking there. You know what they're going to say? Good for you, Chase.
Think so?
Yeah.
Probably. They're super cool.
Yeah.
They were all super cool.
They don't fucking care.
Yeah.
See, I have like the vibe. Like my boss did a very similar thing to that chick. I told you last week. She was serious and then she cussed
Yeah.
to kind of break the mood. And it just made me like her so much more.
Yeah.
I haven't disliked anybody at work so far. It's amazing.
Incredible.
Everybody's just... And there's another thing that I noticed with the Hawaiians. Okay, there was the cleaning lady, Cecilia, fucking hung out outside, fucking talked, just made conversation. Hey, man, you got a knee brace? We talked for like 10, 15 minutes. Walked inside. She goes, come here. I brought this dessert today.
Oh.
Here, I want you. They always give you something. They always reward you for your time almost.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
So today was the first time I felt the island.
A gift-giving society.
Like
I think that's why grants work so well.
I felt like, fuck, this is a cool place.
It probably can be.
Yeah, like I've been cooped up in this house so long,
and
I forgot. Yeah, I mean, but all of those people and everybody, like there were some people who just you could tell most people they were happy. They were waving at me like, giving you the shaka, all that sort of stuff. Everybody afterwards, they were cussing. These old fucking women were saying, like,
they got a little humanity in them, man.
And they're all drinking Modelo's, like I don't know what it is about that, but that made me happy to see Modelo's.
That's what you do at the UFC, man. You're a Modelo man now that you moved out here.
And they had this dude, check this out too. They had a dessert there that they had for the volunteers. There's this fruit it's called like a jacaboda fruit. It's the most crazy looking tree I've ever seen. The fruit grows along the trunk. It's like black fruit all along the trunk. It tasted like a mix of a cherry and a blackberry. It was unbelievable. They grow it here in Hawaii. She made a whole cake thing out of it. It was an amazing fruit, and I had no idea it existed.
You know what I love about those traits in a person is flexibility. So to be able to be in gift-giving mode, to volunteer, but then to turn it off and be like, fuck yeah, no, man. Like, it's such a broad spectrum that you never think would go together. But they can. They totally can. And to show both sides of yourself in that way is a beautiful thing.
So there was this guy working there today. You could tell he was maybe on the spectrum. You know what I mean? Like, just he just had that feeling, a little autistic.
Fucking I can point them out. Like,
yeah.
So good at it.
But he came there, and he was a nice guy, like a little trouble with eye contact, a little socially awkward, but really nice guy. And he was the dude directing traffic, the little Asian dude, like bringing people in, And he was weird and awkward, but he was one of them. Everybody liked him. They were like, dude, come hang in. He's like, no, I have to watch my diet. And they're like, come on, one beer, dude, come on. And he's like, it's okay. And they're like, yeah, he comes every week. He's the coolest, nicest guy.
I know who it is. It's the Hawaiian guy.
Yes.
I know exactly who you're fucking talking about.
Yes.
Every time he comes up to my car, how many times have I been? He's always there and he greets me. He's got a standard greet. It's really friendly. He's like, oh, hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
But I always try to small talk, What did I say last time? I'm like,
that's really small talk because you're like driving up. It's got to be a tiny conversation.
Because you pause.
Yeah.
You're in line. There's pauses.
So what do you say? Like,
I was like, hey, man, you think I'll be your last car of the day? And he did not. He just was not prepared for it. He didn't break his smile, but he was just like, yeah, man. You know? He was not prepared to answer that question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even a question. It was just a quote.
Yeah.
That's probably why it confused him.
Yeah. But they're nice people, man. Like, they're good. You can tell, like, they're like, yeah, come. That's what I do, you know? Like, it was a true aloha spirit.
There's a lot to be said about the energy of the people around you.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe the energy of the land too, because you cannot not mention the land here.
Yeah, I think that's
fucking
true.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. It is fucking rolling green hills in every direction with the biggest mountain in the world in the distance.
Yeah,
it's just like what the. I just actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that is the biggest mountain in the world, and we're on these rolling green hills right next to it, man. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah. Today, so we have a big, I guess, balcony outside, and I moved the beanbag chair that I'm sitting in now outside, and I spent the entire day outside, just sitting in that beanbag chair, looking out at the view. It was amazing. It's so beautiful out there.
You're a man of views.
Oh, it's such a view. It's an amazing.
You really love view. Mom loves views.
Do you not like a view? I love a view.
So, I mean, now that I'm thinking about the view we saw at that house, we went into a rental house.
Oh, man.
You can see the biggest mountain in the world and both sides of the island. It's a huge island.
This was, to quote the realtor, $1 million view, and it was.
It really was.
That was
a selling point.
It was an unbelievable view.
You love your views.
Well,
I love my views too. I don't think I appreciate views as much as you do most of the time.
We got an uncle who lives out in Alabama on this piece of property, and that property has some great views, you know, like it really does. There's a lake and there's like kind of a woody vibe and you're alone and you're up on a hill. I spent every day.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Oneana, you know.
You said on top of a hill. I guess we're kind of in the middle of a hill.
Yeah. Yeah. And man, dude, that view, I used to drink coffee out there every morning. And it was my favorite thing. I could not start a day without sitting on that deck.
All right, you know what
coffee.
the best part of that view is?
What?
The silence.
Oh, it's so quiet.
You are just far enough away from everything that you truly are in the woods.
Yeah. It's really the perfect distance.
It is.
You know,
it's
like,
not too far.
No.
But you got all your seclusion you could ever need.
And there's a little town, maybe a couple minutes.
As it should be. There should
Yeah.
be a little town for supply run.
As
Once a
it
week.
should be. Yeah, you got your Walmart, you got your gym. You know, the gym that I joined was 24 hours, so you could go there anytime.
See, so if I ever had fucking money, that's exactly probably how I'd do it here in Hawaii. Like, you're just far enough outside, you know, but you're close to town to get all your shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're not crazy isolated. You got that just right.
It'd be nice. You want to live up the mountain by Kona, you know, like up above Kona where the Costco's not too far, but you got the cool temperatures on the side of the mountain. That, to me, is the spot. I'd love to have that.
I'll have to, it's probably that area, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day. But anyways, man, today was just a great day. I talked to an old high school buddy. Somebody, I haven't talked to him in a decade.
You think you're getting good karma for some reason?
I don't know, but
That's why you ask?
I asked you about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just trying to make you feel guilty about the food
No,
pantry.
it's not going to work at all. No guilt.
But what I was going to say is a buddy who I hadn't talked to in 10 years called me. Like, this is a high school friend. Like, we used to dick around in French class together, you know, like just fucking cracking jokes all day. Anyways, he called me. He didn't go to college or anything like that. He tried to be a musician. And you know what? He fucking kind of made it. Like, he's a backup keyboardist for all kinds of people across Austin. He's got a good life. He married a French girl, you know. he fucking like, and he's just doing creative shit all the time. And you know what? He is a fucking happy guy. And he talked to me. He's like, Dean, I remember back in high school we used to talk about Office Space and how like miserable it would be to work in a cubicle and shit like that. And he's like, I didn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. And I was like, fuck, you're right. We can't do it, man. We can't do it, you know? And it was such a great I felt inspired after it because it made me feel like, you know what? You do not have to do the prescribed life. You do not have to you don't have to be a salary man, you know? Like, you can rise above it. It's just the fear. It's the fear of not doing what you're told, the fear of not getting a job and a wife and a kid, you know? It is possible to live beyond it. And you know what? He kept talking about fate. Like, he kept talking about weird coincidences in his life, you know, where things just lined up.
That strengthens the belief.
And I tell you what, man, I really do believe, because he said no to the prescribed life, because he decided to follow his heart, to do what he loved, I think that's where the meaning and the coincidences came.
Look what it does to you. It gives you all this hope and motivation.
It does. It was inspiring.
Yeah.
It really was.
Nice to have those inspiring moments.
Yeah.
So the one you mentioned, Salaryman. Our father was a prosecutor once, and he was Q&A-ing this guy that was going to trial, him and this other guy. And the lawyer says something to him.
He was a white-collar crime expert.
Collar. This guy's got money.
Yeah.
He's money laundering.
Yeah.
And the guy asked him a question. He's like, I don't got to answer that. You're a salary man. You know? Like, and Dad's like, he had no respect for us because we got paid a salary. He gave you absolutely no respect.
Dude.
And that story, to me, it's funny. But when I think about it, if you had just fuck you money for everybody, I mean, would you end up that way? I probably would. Yeah.
It's so interesting because there is a level of arrogance that's admirable. You know, like you know what I mean? Like, it's paradoxical, but there are times when an athlete talks shits and backs it up. You know,
yes,
like that. Yeah, those moments.
Love that.
That's arrogance that people just, they're like, you feel the truth in it. You know,
that's why I love Jordan, because he would talk shit. You know, I'm gonna prove you wrong tonight, motherfucker. He would go up and say it before the game.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be all over the news, man.
Yeah,
that's why I hate LeBron.
You know, the other thing is, like, Jordan, it didn't have to be in the press. He might just let you know on the court. Yeah, you know, like, I'm coming for you. You know.
So, but
like
the theme here, before we get too far off, inspiration, is that it?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, and Salaryman, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, thank you. I told him about the podcast. Daniel Creamer, if you're listening, buddy, thank you, brother. That
Daniel
really
Creamer, you got Dean Cream in his pants right now.
Daniel Creamer, baby, that guy. We had a lot of fun together back in school, all joking all the time. That was it, you know. And but yeah, it was so nice to hear that, because it reminds you that it's possible. You do not have to live the prescribed life. There are people who say no to it, and they do all right.
But you act like you haven't.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't feel like I have lived the prescribed life. It was like an affirmation of my own life. You know what I mean?
So it's kind of like, hey, I'm doing it myself.
Yes, it was like saying, fuck, I'm not in this alone. Like, people are doing their thing, man. Like, I was telling him about traveling all over the world and shit, and he was like, that's awesome. And I was sitting there thinking about, because I was trying to be as honest as possible. You know what I mean? Like, I have this is something I try to improve, but I have a tendency to exaggerate. You know, it's something that I have to actively work on.
You're a storyteller.
I love hyperbole.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
You like to make those stories.
But I was trying to be honest, and I was like, you know, I've been kind of a travel bum, man. Like, I just kind of showed up in Vietnam, and I ended up teaching, and then I went to China, and I just kind of bounced around, you know, and shit like that. And I told it as truthfully as possible, and I was okay with it. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's a good enough story. I'm okay with the story, you know, and it doesn't need to be exaggerated. It doesn't need hyperbole, you know. I told it quick, but I made it exciting, and I was like, yeah, I'm all right with this. I'm okay with the story of my life.
Man,
you know?
That's a nice feeling.
It is a nice feeling, you know, like that. I think that should be a good little depression test. Hey, could you truthfully tell somebody the story of your life and be all right with it?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, when they say no, you'd be like, yeah, you're fucking depressed.
Yes,
right.
You're correct. Your answer is right.
That's right.
You fuck. Oh, man. So anyways, just
good
day.
The trick is to use that motivation and propel forward. Do you think you'll be able to do that, or does it always fade?
It does usually fade.
Yeah.
It does. But at least when I have the awareness of that fade, it makes me want to hold on to it. You know, it makes me want to say, like, hey, don't let this fade. You know, use this. You've been given a gift. You've been given some inspiration. So take the inspiration and ride it for a while. You know, do something with it. And that's the best I can do. I'm going to try and do a little something with the inspiration. It's probably going to fade, yeah. But I don't want it to fade. I want to ride it further, you know? Like, part of me thinks, like, you got to be a little inspired every day. Like, you know, there are those people with the quotes, like, I got my quote for the day, you know? Like, be like water. Oh, yeah, I'm great, you know? Like, I would love to have the level of inspiration I had today every day, you know? I'd be like, let's do this, baby. I'm ready. You know, like, I know people who do that positivity shit. That's not for me. But those people who are just positive all the time, they wake up and they're like, I got this, man. I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to rock it. And it works for them sometimes, you know, like, that shit can work. It can.
Yeah, it's possible.
You got to be that kind of person.
Yeah, but then it just, like, if you're always it can, then it just kind of seeds into every area of your life.
In a bad way?
Both. You end up like a fucking Coach Paul at the gym. Always got a smile on your face. Always telling when it's a great day. It's a perfect day. Like, you're robotic in positivity.
So you have awareness. You know, you try to keep you try to keep
have
it
what those people
focused.
had at the volunteer thing today. You smile, you hand out your food, and at the end of the day, it's still okay to be like, fuck you, man. That was beautiful.
I told her that too. Like, after she made that little, you know, Jesus fucking Christ. I was just like, thank you for saying that. I thought you were going to convert me. And now I'm just like, you're the best. You're the greatest, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe that's like a lesson there. Maybe we got to do more shit like that. Like, bring in the sacred right next to the profane.
That's what I always look for. I think you summed it up there. If you get those two things and you display them, then I'm happy.
That sounds like a podcast name, Sacred and Profane. You know?
That could be our nicknames. Which one would be sacred and which one would be profane?
I mean, I don't think either of us are sacred. No. Oh, man. It's more like a double dose profane here. But, yeah, no, I like that. That's a good paradox, man. I like that a lot.
It came out of your mouth. Look what you produce in a good mood, man.
Dude. We've last week, we recorded a couple podcasts, actually over the last 2 weeks. But we only chose one. And the reason why was because we were both in a great mood for that podcast.
I listened to all three. Yeah. I made the call.
You did.
The others, I always listen to every podcast we do. And if it's just mediocre, I'm like, nah, man. You know?
Yeah.
Not at this point.
A game.
When we get the big crowd, we can be more mediocre and churn it out. Right. But for now, yeah, we want to put something out there that's good.
Right. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I'm glad you're checking. Man.
I'm fucking checking, Dean.
That's quality control. You know, you got to have somebody.
You teens sometimes like, just put it out there. I'm like, nah, man, we're not that good
yet. That's very true. I shouldn't be so liberal with the what we put out, you know. But it is, you can feel it sometimes. You're like, okay, this is good. I like it.
And there's a couple that we did where I listened to it, maybe just two, but I'm like, this is probably career saving for both of us. It's just like what was said on this podcast. We're just gonna delete this, pretend like it never happened.
Right. Yeah. Well, hey, that's okay.
That's all right.
Our method.
That's right. Yeah. That's how you grow.
And I like to think we're gonna get I think we're getting better. You know, I think the conversations are flowing a little bit. That's why I said
bringing the A game last episode. I was like, that's like 50 minutes out of an hour just fucking nailing it.
Dude, so the other thing, we got to get some guests. I want to take some of these locals on here.
There's this fine-ass yoga teacher.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just, you know what you need to do? You need to tell her. You need to be like, hey, you know what? You don't have to teach yoga. Come over and do our podcast.
Yeah.
She would love that.
What? What we need to do is, like, there's a yoga session. And she's like, hey, you coming? And we're like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. Come with us.
We find the coolest person we know, we invite him on the podcast.
Yeah.
But then the danger of that is everybody gets to know that we have a podcast.
Hey, you know what? Local sensation.
Yeah.
You know, why not? I wanted to have some of those people, some of those volunteers, man. That old bitch was so cool. I liked her, you know? Like, there was a couple just old women doing their old woman shit. I met the woman who owns the jewelry store in town. Her name is Sassafras, it's called. And she was telling me, like, yeah, we've been doing, like, jewelry for ages. And her father's a Finnish carpenter who, like, makes insane, like, carpentry all over the place. Like, just cool fucking people, man. All of them cool. We should have them on here. And that's another way to expand the audience, you know? Local sensation. Divine Brothers, coming to you live from Waimea.
So here's the thing. Would you rather want to mingle with the guests before, like get to know them and bring them on, or were you just saying random shot?
Well, I guess we'd have to try both to find out what works.
Because we tried it before.
Okay, we did try it before, but there was a lot of marijuana involved. He was sabotaged.
Yeah.
That may have been an edible, actually. I can't remember, but he was completely he wasn't functioning. You know, he was he was making it like halfway through a sentence and like, what was I talking about?
Yeah,
you know,
man. Yeah.
And it's a shame too because he's a cool guy. Like,
I love Greg.
Yeah, Greg was really cool. But no, I think we got to bring people into this space. You know, bring them to the corner. You know, like get them to just let's get.
Well,
the
I agree. I just want to
going.
bring the really hot chick.
Okay, well, let's be active about that.
Right.
Let's fucking
let's bring her on because you know what? She'll say some crazy shit.
Yeah,
she just goes to weird places, like
Yeah, it's that ADD, man.
Yeah, the ADD completely.
She's this so this woman. She's not afraid to say what's on her mind. You know, we've talked about her before, but she's not afraid to say, like, hey, is that homeless person still out there? Lock the door. I don't want them to kill us. You know, like shit like that. So yeah, she would be a great candidate for a first guest.
So the thing she does is she'll say something crazy, like controversial.
How about crazy shit like I'm half Filipino? When she's clearly not, like she's.
Well, something will slip. She'll be like, "Oh, there's a homeless person out there. He'll probably try to kill us."
Yeah,
but there's nothing wrong with people like that. Like she'll try to save herself, and I'm always like, nah. We know how you really feel about homeless people. That's okay because I agree with you.
Oh man, isn't that great when somebody says something offensive or controversial, and you're like, I'm right there with you, buddy.
The best has been. Well, at least the best interaction for me so far has been on political shit. It just happened once with the guy across the hall. He came over, the Latin guy, and he assumed that I was a Biden guy. He's like, "Oh, I saw the RNC last week, and it made me truly nauseous in my stomach." Or last night, I was like, "Man, I know what you mean because I saw that DNC a couple days before, and I got the exact same feeling." He's like, I was like, "I can't stand any of them," and he goes, "Oh."
No, he got scared for a second.
He doesn't know what I am, and I love it.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's a good response. If somebody comes at you on one side of the political aisle, go neutral. Like, just go straight up. I hate them all. You know?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
they leave you alone.
Yes,
you're like I hate all of them. So the people you're fucking pitching for, I hate them.
Isn't it crazy that political bashing is now like a way people communicate? Like that's conversation to him. That's what he came in with. Like, let's fucking bash these people. You know, like that is what he wants to talk about.
It bothers him so much that he had to come over and talk to a random stranger about it.
Dude,
well, not a random stranger, but
people are passionate. People will talk to you about that shit. You know, it's the conversation. Everybody talks politics.
Why? So you're looking for agreement or you're looking for a fight, right?
People don't laugh. So when you don't laugh, you have to have drama. There's no more drama than politics. It's just more like, can you fucking believe? Can you fucking believe? You know, it's that sort of shit. Yeah. It's that, those angry few minutes in the morning, where you're angry over your coffee. You're just like, these fucking Democrats, these fucking Republicans, and then you go to work. Like, it's like your one emotional outlet all fucking day, and people got addicted. They got addicted.
I got a couple clients that our sessions revolve around the politics. And at the end of both of them, I'm just like, it's going too far,
Yeah.
We talked about that the whole your session, you talked about politics.
Right.
Yeah. Like, dude, let it go.
Do you know what? How would you feel about in the next session telling them, last time we only talked about politics. We didn't talk about you.
That is like a Yalom quote right there. That's a beautiful fucking therapy. Boom. Right in your face.
I think that sounds like a good way to say, listen, man, because they should recognize that that's not natural.
Very rare that they're aware of it. I mean, they are aware of it.
Yeah.
But never hardly does anybody point it out to them. You just kind of tolerate it.
Yeah, I tell you, man, you've had a couple genuine therapy moments, like where I wanted to give Chase a standing ovation. You know, there was one. You told me a story the other week where this was a long, long time ago. A client came in, and she told the most horrible story about her husband, and like I think the husband got caught, like I think it was pedophilic shit or something like that. And she was talking about, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And the line Chase gives is, do you remember the line, Chase? What is this we?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I did nail it.
Perfect.
But I just want to say that was over 10 years ago.
That was a long time ago. Sorry, I'm not trying to do career-ending shit. My bad, Chase.
There you go.
But no, that sometimes there's a perfect way to get somebody to think about their life, you know, where suddenly the glass shatters and you've revealed to them like a mask that they've been wearing their entire life, like politics. If all you can do is talk about politics.
Yeah, but when has that ever happened to anyone on either side of the political side? Rare.
Yeah.
Rare.
Yeah. It seems to be getting worse too, you know?
It's pretty awful.
Yeah. But what's the cure? You know?
I don't know. I just want to see the debates.
You know what I think it is?
I'm enjoying watching the chaos in a weird, sick way. I don't know why.
It's drawing you in, you know? It's drawing you in.
But I like watching from a distance. It doesn't affect me. I'm literally on an island. I can just watch. It's like vicariously living through them, man.
It affects me. I feel it drawing me in. Making me exert emotional energy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, like, fuck that. But you know what? I'll tell you what the cure is. Laughter. Like, people need to laugh more.
Oh, yeah.
It's too fucking serious, man.
It's true.
And, like, not fucking political humor where you're bashing Republicans or Democrats. I mean just goofy, you know, like a fart joke. You know what I mean? Like, just the most boyish, basic, mischievous humor. Like the shit you engage in at the office.
I would the fucking volunteer with a smile and then afterwards have some beers and fucking cuss it up.
World needs that, man.
Yeah.
It needs it. It's just, I'm so disappointed in the standard of conversation that seems to have gripped the world right now. We talk about politics or we talk about identity, you know, and that's just, those two topics suck.
The world's having an existential crisis, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Makes sense, too. I mean, fucking pandemics, global warming, like, it feels like the end is near. And you're just
Do you feel like the end is near?
It feels like we're on the cusp of something.
Oh.
You know, like I tell you, the news gets to me because of the China shit. I get scared of China shit all the time.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And like, I look at it and I'm like, well, I literally spend all day talking about the Cold War and World War II with my kids. And I'm literally seeing the same shit that happened in the Cold War happening right now. And I'm like, well, fuck, it's definitely coming, you know?
So, but you say, well, fuck. Is that like fear? What is that?
It's more like a, what do you call it? Acceptance of the negative?
Yes.
Pessimism, like a deep pessimism. Yeah.
Okay. I got you now. I wouldn't say it's pessimistic for me. I think it evokes oh, fuck. I just see it as like, all right, it's coming. I'll just do whatever I got to do to survive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's it. You finding the balance with your perspective. But, you know, again, that's just negative energy that can consume your mind. You know, you read enough of those news stories about China. Yeah, you're going to be thinking, the fucking end is near. Yeah. You know? Yeah. You need happy shit in your life. Think of happy shit, man. You know, that's good, simple advice.
You're going to have a bad trip.
You're going to have a bad trip. I think of happy shit, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. I just like...
neutralize those thoughts, man.
Oh, yeah. So today I had another great conversation. We have an uncle called... Man, we talked for almost an hour and a half. And this guy is a Tango expert. And we talked about sex the entire time. I was telling him about gay sex. He was asking me questions about gay sex, you know? And he was telling me about his idea of what sex is. And I was talking about my idea of what sex is. And it was a damn good intergenerational conversation. This dude's like 60.
Oh, yeah, but my question is, how did he end the conversation?
You know what?
No, you didn't. You didn't bring it up, did you?
No. I ended it, and I ended it well.
Oh, okay. You took
the
charge.
reins. I took the reins.
So you were teaching him how to end the conversation.
And it was good. It was a good, like, thank you, man. It was great. I needed that. He's like, Teeny, yeah, no problem, man. I was like, fucking on point, baby.
You had a good day.
I knew it was coming.
You had a good day.
People.
Well, you say that for you. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
No, it's different when it's your fucking job. But just like people to joke around with and just smile with and have a good time.
For me, I need people to make fun of, and they're not going to get angry. You know, I just need to be able to make fun of you, and you just kind of laugh it off and let me do it. That's what I need. I need to be a little bit of a bully, but a nice bully. You know, nice,
like mischievous little boy.
Okay, so
ripping on each other.
You want to hear my interaction for today? I only talked to one person, and it was the front desk chick. She always stays, hence the word, the front desk. She never comes in the back with me and Milton. And
who the fuck is Milton?
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
but, she was back there today looking at something, and I came out of my office. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing back here?" I go, "You're not allowed to be here." She's like, "Oh my God, I'll get back to the front." Like, but she did it like she was totally being sarcastic, you know?
Yeah.
So we had a good little talk, man.
Yeah, dude, look at you.
Dude, we had an interaction the other day. I was eating lunch at this restaurant, and I look across the street, and they have these windows in this attic, and I saw this face. Like somebody was looking out the window from this attic down at me in the I thought they were looking at me.
Creepy.
And they just left 5 seconds later. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
That chick, the one in the back office, she's like, I saw you yesterday downtown. I was like, oh, you're the creep in the attic. She's like, oh, yeah, that's my apartment.
Whoa.
I was like, oh, okay.
Dude, you're going to know everybody in that town.
Dude, you walk down to eat, somebody saw you.
Yeah.
We know where you are.
Yes. Like,
oh, my God.
How many people live in Hanaka'a?
I don't know.
It's a small town. Like, this is like a street. You know, like, and there's a hospital there, and that's it. You know, so it's super ultra local. The grocery store is a warehouse, like a warehouse. It has like a couple of like some basic food and shit.
Tread lightly, you know.
Be on everybody's good side.
That's oh God, it's playing in my head over and over. Small town, good.
Yeah,
just keep your distance. Get along with everybody.
You know, I think you know how to do that.
At this point, I've learned from so many different situations. Yeah. Yes, I feel prepared.
Number one, keep your mouth shut around women who are bitching. You know, like don't engage in that shit as you've already found
That's
out.
Rule number one. Do not get sucked into the drama. Listen to it. You can listen. You can ask questions. Never share.
Exactly. That's a great rule of thumb. Do not get sucked into the drama.
Yeah.
Like that is so fucking important. I'm sure there's other rules. I can't think of them, but that's a pretty fucking big one.
Number two is gather intel. So when you're around these people one-on-one, you ask the questions, you crack the jokes, you set the pace. They'll tell you everything you need to know about that place.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Number three, if you get a laugh with somebody, you're good for life.
Oh, yeah. And just to let you know, number four, we're totally making this shit up as we go. But it sounds like we know what we're talking about.
It's the divinity.
Oh, that's when the divinity flows through us. That's what I meant to say.
We come up with our best wisdom on the spot.
Yeah. I see that right there, those 4 steps, and I couldn't repeat them. But
that's what the recorder's for, man.
I feel like we did the world a service today. It's like I volunteered my knowledge to the world, and here it is. Like I just made the world better.
Yeah, man. And you know what? That's another reason why this is so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like doing these podcasts where, you know, we might be shooting the shit, but when we're done, we're always like, that was pretty good. We had some good points in there.
It'll be like,
you know?
Oh, it was the fucking best one yet, man.
We always say it. Like, we're kids so amazing. God, they should pay us for this.
Yeah.
You know what's so that's our arrogance developing, and we want to get to one day.
But is it arrogance or is it divinity?
That's kind
of where's the line?
Again, Chase, it's like we were saying, like what was that paradox that you were saying earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Like the profane and the sacred.
And the sacred.
It's they're coming together.
That's divine.
Profane and sacred. Hey, you got the devil and you got the Lord, you know, working together. That's how it goes.
I love that, man. That's beautiful. I'm gonna make a shirt that says that DivineBrothers. What is it? DivineBrothers, sacred and
profane.
Profane and sacred. Which way?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
What if you had? What
Add
if
that on a shirt, man. That's an awesome shirt.
What if that was the name of your private practice?
Dude, let's get shirts made that say that.
Sure, dude. Okay, so I gotta say, because I never forgot. One time, Chase said, "I want to get a shirt, a black shirt with the words written on it. It's a quote from Lynard Skynard: 'Forget your lusts, your rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul.'"
No, it's not what I wanted.
You've told me that once, and I want that shirt. That to me is like, that's such a beautiful line.
No, it says, "Be something you love and understand." I like that quote from him. That's all I would want the shirt.
Yeah.
Be something you love and understand. You could sell that. That'd be a beautiful shirt.
It's a great shirt.
It's simple. It's a couple words. You read that, you immediately like that person.
Can I tell, dude, this is, music's weird for me. Like, I'm not as into music as other people, but I love music. One type of music can always bring me to tears. Lynard Skynard. I don't know why, but like if I hear Simple Man or Tuesday's Gone or Freebird, it gets me emotional, man.
They are. I don't know what they have.
They had something. It was like true Southern soul.
It's like suck a tear right out of you.
Oh man, powerful.
Be something you love and understand.
But that idea.
Let's sell shirts like that.
The song "Simple Man" that we're quoting here, like the concept in the song is a mother sitting down her son, just telling him like, "Hey, be a simple man," you know? Like, forget your lust, your rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. Find a woman, you'll find love. And don't forget, son, there's someone up above.
The guy could sing. And Lynard Skynard's lyrics, they always just kind of took you on a ride.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking incoherent, what the fuck are you talking about words. It's just someone having a conversation.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so easy to follow.
Yeah.
That Simple Man song is very simple to fucking follow.
Exactly as it should be.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. They all fucking died in a plane crash, man.
That's terrible.
Well, it's a mark of greatness, right? You know, you got the genius that's there for a while.
Well, yeah, death solidifies you as great. Immortalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to make some shirts. Let's do it. I think that's a fun
DivineBrothers,
idea.
Profane and Sacred.
Profane and Sacred, you know? And one of the Lynard Skynard shirts.
Yeah. That's it. Start selling that shit.
You know what? You made a shirt You made a Samurai Jack shirt one time.
Fucking.
I don't know what happened to it. I used to have one, and it was a great shirt.
Got washed away.
Oh, man, that's devastating.
I made this kick-ass Samurai Jack shirt.
It was kick-ass.
I got you one, too. I had two.
Yeah, you did. I don't know what happened to it. I'm really bummed. It was a great shirt.
I would walk around. This was in Florida. I would walk around Florida. You know, it was a nice shirt. I want to say it was 3 or 4 times. Guys came up. I'm like, "Hey, man, where'd you get that shirt?" I had one guy walking with his girl, holding hands, let go of his girl's hand, walk up to me and say, "Hey, man, where did you get that shirt?"
Conversation starters.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes that happens. I think we told this story before, but there was a time in Bangkok where Chase bought an otter, like a little stuffed otter from an aquarium, and he had it like the little face hanging out of his backpack.
It was the correct purchase.
This thing was so cute. I mean, it was just absurdly cute.
Life size.
It was perfect stuffed animal.
Yeah.
I think you got stopped 3 times on that one. We were riding home, and 3 times. Hey.
It was a man and a woman,
do you
wasn't
need
it?
something? Are you lost?
Can
I help you?
Yeah.
You
What was interesting, one of the guys came up, and he didn't say, "Hey, that's a cute otter." He goes, "Hey, do you need any directions?"
Yeah.
Like he immediately tried to help me because he liked the otter.
Yep.
That was interesting.
Dude, but you know, that should be a lesson, because there should be conversation starters. I think that's a good, like, I like the idea of having shit on your wall that's like interesting and unique. So people go, "Hey, what's the deal with this?" And you got a story behind it, you know? Yeah. Like I think if you ever have like your own custom office one day, you should have pieces like that. You know what I mean? With clients walking, what the fuck is this? You know? "Oh, that's from Bhutan, man. That's I went there to the giant penis temple."
Yeah,
and,
I did.
You know, yeah, and like just some story like that. That's a great way to get trust, friendship, and to get a good conversation going.
Well, I'm going to tell that story real quick right now. So I went to Bhutan, and I have a couple stories from there, but one of them was we went to the fertility temple, and the family I was staying with, the mom said, like, "I couldn't get pregnant. I went here and prayed. And I had my daughter."
Oh.
And the daughter was my student.
Whoa.
And so me and the student were going up to the temple, and I was just talking to her. And I was like, "What is this Buddha?" She's like, "This Buddha slayed all the demons with his cock."
Oh, man.
And I was like, "You're so full of shit.
Powerful
No way."
cock. Wow.
And then they had a sign up there, and I read the whole thing in English. And sure enough, he went around slaying demons with his cock.
He fucked them into submission.
He did.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Though, if you're all the families over there, they go and they give something to that temple. They go, they bring food, they pray. Like, it is an interesting little ritual that they do, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
People need shit like that.
Man, I liked it. I liked going to those Buddhist temples. It's just good vibes.
I kind of had that feeling today at the food clinic place. Like, it was like a little ritual.
Oh, yeah.
And the vibes were so good, and people were loving it. You could feel the appreciation. You know what I mean? And, like, it had, like, a little sacred vibe, you know? And I think we're missing those spaces in society. Sacred places, you know? Places where no bullshit. It's all about the good here, you know? Like that. We need more shit like that, man. We need a little Bhutan in U.S. society.
Bro. We're slowly going to get plugged into these communities, and we'll be here.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how it always works.
Today was the first time I felt it.
That's how it always works, man.
You know, it's, I guess, fucking COVID. Just keep me inside. I gotta learn to reach out more.
We truly are in the clouds, but I mean, like, again, that's appropriate for us, for, you know, the fucking vibes that we give off.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just curious. What did we write down for any topics?
Oh, yeah, we got 6 little topics here.
Hey, what's our time? I'm just curious.
45.
We're at 45 already?
No.
Holy shit. All right, yeah, take out one topic. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things we were going to talk about was airplane movies.
Oh, wow.
So we've done a lot of international flights, you know, and there's movies to watch on it. So, like, I don't watch many movies.
Neither do I.
But on a plane,
Forced to.
you just have to. It's the only way you can endure.
And you're going to watch about 2 or 3 of them. Well, it depends. We're flying across the world.
But you know
yeah,
what?
you're going to watch a movie.
I've discovered, like, some cool movies on it because you've got to watch something. So you go through all of them. You look at every single selection, and you find, like, I'm kind of interested in this. I'm kind of interested in this. I fucking watched Ben-Hur, old school Ben-Hur.
I watched Ben-Hur on fucking plane, too,
It was
man.
awesome, man. Charleston
Because you know it. You got
Heston.
4 hours. You're like, fuck it. Why not?
You know,
Let's
you're
do
thinking,
it.
like, this is an old movie. Like, is it really going to be that good? It's fucking amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Born to play those roles,
Dude.
Mr. Heston.
I saw, it's so funny you watched it recently, too. But, like, you remember when he's, you know, so he's, like, made a slave. It's ancient Roman shit. And he's made a slave, and he goes on the boat. You know, and he's been on this boat for years, and he rows the boat with all the other slaves, and like there's one's dying by him, and they got this drum at the front, and they're saying double speed, and then like they're going, and they're going so hard, and people are like collapsing from exhaustion, and then they're going to battle, and they scream out ramming speed, and like people just are dying and collapsing and shit like that. But Charleston Heston, he just continues to endure and endure. He's such a man. Oh, it was awesome, you know? All of that movie is epic. Totally epic.
Okay, all right. You told that story well. So, on a plane,
Yeah.
I fucking you always look at all the movies. You just look at every fucking set, even Bollywood. You'll check it out. I went to the classics, and I saw Casablanca. I never saw Casablanca, and I was like, man, I don't want to see some stupid love story. Watch that movie. You get to the end of that movie, you're like, oh my God, this was a love story. It's like a good fucking movie, a fucking unique fucking scene. Great story. It's a legit fucking love story.
Casablanca is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I adore that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Something special about it.
it represents, like, in my mind, Humphrey Bogart represents the ultimate American. Like, American at its peak, right after right in the middle of World War II, you know? And, like, that cool, suave, you know, like, you're kind of like a little corrupt, a little dirty, but
Yeah.
you're a good man at your heart. You do the right thing at the end of the day.
See, I would
you
love to
know?
have that reputation abroad. I
Yeah.
think that'd be great. Like,
Yeah.
Jay, he's a little corrupt, but, you know.
When it
He's all
counts,
right.
though, when it counts.
Yeah.
He's going to do the right thing.
That's right.
You know? And I love those characters, man. You know? And that's the beauty of being on a plane. You get to watch those movies that you'd otherwise just say, fuck it, I'll never watch something like that. You know? We were asking a lot of questions about planes here, you know? Like, we were talking about, you know, window or aisle. What do you pick?
Those are 2 distinct personalities. I should ask
Very
that in
much so.
fucking interviews. Like, window or aisle?
Tells you a lot about somebody.
It tells you so much about somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, we're window people.
Total.
Couch people, we're also
Totally.
window people on flight. I've never had a super, super long flight where I wasn't at the window.
Yeah.
I'm always at the window.
Oh, man.
Well, actually, I have, and it's awful.
If you
Aisle's terrible.
listen, if you're on an international flight, you're stuck on a fucking plane for like 9 or 12 hours or something, and you're on the aisle, you're on P duty.
Yeah.
You know, so forget about getting any sleep. You're gonna have to take off your headphones every couple of minutes.
The fucking chick in the cart runs in and hits you in the elbow or some shit like that.
Yep.
Or in the head, even worse.
When you got the window too, you can lean against the window.
Yeah, man, that's how you sleep.
Get some space.
You curl up in your ball.
Yeah.
You can't curl up in a ball on the aisle. No ball curling.
That's how you got to do it, man. And I'll tell you the secret to international flights.
First class, business class.
Well, of course, but if you're one of the plebs, you got to have sleeping pills.
Yeah.
It's the only way. Just drug yourself out and just pop them and get the fuck out.
Yeah, and you know, at least it'll alleviate 4 to 5 hours. No problem.
It helps with the jet lag too, But I've had international plane flights where I timed it perfectly. I took the maybe Vicodin or Xanax, whatever I can get my hands on, and I close my eyes and wake up and we've landed.
Hey, so if I've been in this predicament on a long flight, is I had a Xanax enough to pop one.
Yeah.
Do you take it at the first half or the second leg?
So I usually wait.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You can wait. You give me a pill, I want to take it.
Nah, I want to watch a movie. I want to
I guess it depends on my energy, but I think most of the time I would take it first flight.
Yeah, no, I usually watch a movie, 2 hours in. They also gave out dinner and shit like that. And
after dinner,
you
take it after dinner.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you had 2 flights, which one would you prefer?
Oh, 2 flights?
Sometimes it's like that.
Whichever is the longer, I guess that's what I would do.
Oh, yeah, the longer flight.
Yeah, I guess.
Of course. That's always what I do. Never mind.
You got to plan this shit out, man. International flights are rough. You got to recover from that shit.
All right, I do have fucking these dreams of fucking traveling just around.
Yeah.
In a business casual wear, just kind of looking good, but always going business class.
Oh, man.
Every fucking time. I mean, I'll take business, not even first class, but I'm going business.
Yeah.
This business is fucking unbelievable.
I think I was in Italy in college. I did a study abroad there, and I was coming back from study abroad, and Mom, the day I was coming back, called me, and she's like, I upgraded you to first class, and I was like, okay, cool. This is awesome. I'd never done first class before. British Airways.
Oh my God.
First
Stop.
class. Chase, let me tell you, man.
Stop. You don't deserve it. They corrupted you for life.
Listen to me, Chase. All right? People have to hear because they don't know what it's like.
Now I understand. I understand why you are the way you are.
I'll tell you something about this plane too. You get into the plane and you walk through business class and first class or whatever. On the British Airways, first class, you don't walk through the first class. First class is at the front of the plane. They have their own entrance. Okay.
Oh.
And the plebs go through the middle entrance, So you don't see any of these fucking people, okay? None of those coach people or anything like that.
I mean, now that you think about it, why would you want to look at people
exactly,
like that? You don't need to get attached to them.
Anyways, you got a fucking pod, a whole, there's basically 6 seats in an entire cabin. Each one gets a whole window, So it would take 3 seats in coach. That's 1 pod in, this. Full rollout bed, full flatbed that they make up for you. They give you pajamas made from silk, and everybody puts them on. Doesn't matter if you're business
standard.
You get a huge 5-star menu. What do you want? Steak day.
Wait, how do you put the pajamas on?
In the bathroom. There's a first class bathroom
for each one of you.
No, but there's only 6 people.
There's only 6 of you.
So there's 2 bathrooms for 6 people.
Okay, so you take your turn.
Yeah. But they come and there's a champagne waiting for you. And there's a whole snack menu beyond the dinner menu. It's an open bar, so you can get completely fucking smashed the entire way.
All right, Dean, can you imagine yourself getting this type of treatment on a daily basis? You would be gone. You would have your finger up and shit, probably develop a British accent.
Oh my God.
I know.
Can God please, can I get enough karma for that? How much do I have to volunteer to get first class British Airways?
But you know what I'd do? I'd be right there with you.
Oh,
I'd be like,
so good.
Okay, let's do it.
It's
Lap of luxury, baby.
It's just I'm such a glutton for luxury. It's just the best. I want to be massaged and pampered. And if I could, I'd get fucking pedicures and manicures, man.
Did I get that shit done?
Yeah. I would pay my haircut lady just to massage my head. Book me for 2 sessions. 1 session's for the massage, 1's for the haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no problem just getting completely lost in luxury shit. It's the best. It's just the best.
It's the fucking best. I wonder if we could, You know what I've always, like, my dream is to have, like, remember the things they have in Asia? You just lay down and you stick your head back?
Yeah.
Wash your hair.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had one of those at home. Just have that girl come over, just pay some chick to come over and use it, man.
Yeah, you teach your girlfriend to do it, you know?
Yeah, could do that.
Wash my hair, you know?
Can we get that?
You used to have, like, long, luscious locks of hair, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like that. I've always wanted to have that experience, like to have long hair and then get it washed.
It's fucking awful.
Awful?
It takes them forever. It feels better with short hair.
Oh, well, I guess, you know, you want them to be
I want them to get into my
scalp.
scalp. I want them to squeeze my fucking brain to make it stop thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I want out of that.
There's
I love head massages.
something about the head. Like, I think maybe because it's closer to the brain. I don't know.
I love head massages so much. If you gave me the choice of blowjob and head massage, I'd probably switch out. I'd switch.
Wow.
Because some days I just want my head rubbed.
Okay, so I have to mention this because I didn't mention it with the conversation with my uncle. We were talking about sex. And this is a man who loves dance. Loves dance. Like, he's a super tango dancer and shit.
He could do Soul Train.
And he told me, do you know how you initiate a dance in tango? You never ask. No one ever asks to be danced. He says what you do is there's this thing. It's called like some Spanish word. And what you do is you lock eyes with a woman. And she'll nod.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And he says, the first thing you do in tango, sync the breath. You and your partner, you're breathing, you're synchronized with your breath, you know?
Oh, my God. You just remember that sex I had with that Latin chick I was describing that to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That is, and I was like, holy shit, I'm learning something about sex here. Like, true, amazing sex is synchronized.
Yeah.
You are breathing the same. You know, in the gay world, the ultimate sexual experience is when you come at the exact same time.
Dude, that's the same in the straight world. It's the best one, too.
Synchronization.
Yeah.
And, like, he talked about, like, and I was like, holy shit, the dance, it gets people synced. And he always swears it's better than sex. It is better than sex.
He didn't have a lot of sex, though, so, you know. Yeah.
The thing is, though, like, what if a way to connect people, a way to get in sync with somebody is you have some medium like dance where before you get to the bedroom, you sync up through something like dance, you know?
Powerlifting.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
Maybe.
Yeah, you got to do your little activity with your partner.
You have an activity that the two of you can get synchronized
and she
with.
stays in shape. Yes.
Yes, Chase.
That's all I'm saying. This is a side note. That matters too. Matters too. And you got to stay in shape too, of course. Yeah.
If you're dancing, you're staying in shape. All right.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one to pick because you're staying in shape.
Powerlifting might be one too.
Powerlifting would be good. You could add that on as well. Make sure she power lifts once a week. 2 times a week, actually.
Oh, my God. That's too much. All right. Hey, shall we call it there?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Hey, guys, I think you got some good shit from us today.
You're welcome and happy whatever it is. Labor Day.
Yeah. Labor Day. Yeah. Happy Labor Day, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.